Shells Whispers ASMR. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to a new video. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video I have a special spooky he was